Somewhere right now, there's a version of you who made one different choice. Same job, same salary, same city, same face in the mirror. But 20 years from today, one of you is free, and one of you is still paying. Not for the same thing you bought at 22, for the thing you didn't know you were buying. Level 1, age 22, the decision. First real job, not internship money, real money. $28,000 sitting in your account, untouched, waiting for a decision you don't know you're about to make. For the first time in your life, you have options. You could invest it, let it sit, let it grow quietly for decades. But there's a car, black, fast, the one you promised yourself in high school, staring at a poster on your wall. $45,000 sticker price, $600 a month. Only $600, the salesman says, sliding the paper across the desk. Only. You sign. You drive it off the lot that night, windows down, radio up, feeling like you finally made it. Somewhere in that exact same moment, another version of you opens a brokerage app instead. Same $28,000. Different button. Neither of you feels the weight of what just happened. That's the part nobody tells you at 22. The biggest decisions of your life don't feel big when you make them. They feel like a Tuesday. Level 2. 2 years pass. Let's check in on both of you. You, payments on time every month. Car still looks good in the driveway. Life feels normal, maybe even good. The other you, $28,000 is now $32,600. Untouched. Growing quietly in the background, no notifications, no announcement. Here's the question that should scare you a little. If you sold your car today, right now, this second, how much would you actually get back? Maybe $29,000, maybe less, depending on the miles. You already lost money. You just haven't opened the tab to see it. Level 3, the compounding moment promotion. Raise. More money landing in your account every 2 weeks. And with more money comes a new problem. The old car isn't good enough anymore. Car number 2, $52,000 this time. Bigger loan, nicer badge on the hood. I make more now, you tell yourself. I can afford it. You can afford the payment. That was never actually the question. Meanwhile, the other you does something you didn't expect. They almost buy a car too. Same age, same pull, same salesman, smile across a different desk. They sit in the driver's seat, feel the leather, feel the same temptation you felt at 22. But they do the math out loud right there in the lot and walk out with empty hands and a full tank of doubt. That moment costs them nothing on paper. It's about to be worth more than either of you understands. Level 4, age 30. Let's do the math neither of you has done yet. Your total spent on cars since 22, not sticker price, the real number, loans, interest, insurance, depreciation, is over $110,000. The other you's invested $28,000 is now worth $88,000. Same 8 years, same starting salary, same city. One number went out the door piece by piece, month by month. The other number is still in the room, still growing, still theirs. Level 5, age 32. The wake-up call dinner with an old friend, same age, same starting point 10 years ago, back when you all made the same money. He mentions his portfolio, almost by accident, between bites, 6 figures. You laugh it off. Ask how, half joking. I just never upgraded my car, he says. I kept investing instead. That's it. That's the whole secret. You go home that night and open your banking app for the first time in months. You do the math you've been avoiding. Every payment, every loan, every only $600 a month, compounded across a decade. It adds up to more than you want to admit, more than you say out loud. It stings. You tell yourself you'll start next year. Next year always sounds close. It never is. Level 6, age 34. The market doesn't care about your plan. Here's something the story rarely shows. The other you almost breaks too. The market drops, then drops again, then keeps dropping. Their account, 12 years of discipline, down 38% in a single quarter. They open the app at midnight, stare at the number, stare at the sell button. For 2 straight days, they think about pressing it, locking in what's left, making the bleeding stop, feeling like everyone else who sold that week. Their hand actually hovers over the screen. They don't press it. Not because they're braver than you, because they've read this exact story before, and they know how it ends if they sell. No one claps for that decision. No video gets made about the button they didn't press. But it's the same decision as walking out of that dealership at 27. And this time, it's worth more, because they almost didn't make it. Level 7, age 37, the foundation that never existed. Kids now, a mortgage, a life that costs more than it used to, in ways you didn't budget for. You need a down payment for a bigger place. You need a cushion for the emergencies that keep showing up. You need both at the same time. You have neither. Not because you didn't earn enough. You did. You earned plenty, because there was never a foundation underneath any of it. Here's the number that should actually keep you up tonight. That original $28,000, left alone this whole time, is now worth $150,000. That's not imaginary money. That's a real down payment. That's one parent staying home for the first 2 years without panic. That's real freedom, sitting quietly in an account you never opened. Instead, your money is sitting in a car you don't even own yet. You're still 51 months from that. Level 8. Age 37. The cost that isn't about money. Your daughter looks up from the kitchen table. Are you coming to my game tonight? You check your calendar. Meeting, 6 p.m. again. I'll try to make the second half, you say. You both already know how that sentence ends. The other you is already there. No dialogue. No excuse to give. Just sitting in the stands, in the sun, watching. That scene lasts 10 seconds on screen. It's not about the $150,000 anymore. Money bought the meeting. It never had a chance to buy back the second inning. Level 9, age 38. The recession. Neither of you saw coming. And something happens that neither version of you expected. The economy turns. Layoffs everywhere. Salaries frozen at both of your companies the same week. Their portfolio, still recovering from the crash 4 years ago, drops again. For the first time in this entire story, it looks like they made the wrong call. Neighbors who spent everything look the same as neighbors who saved everything. Both just as scared, both checking the same news. For about 6 months, patience looks like a mistake. You'd almost feel relieved if your own payment wasn't due on the 15th either way. Then the market does what it's done every single time in history. It turns back. Level 10, age 40. A Tuesday morning. Ordinary, nothing special about the date. You. Alarm at 6:15. Commute. A payment due on the 15th. A calendar full of meetings you didn't choose. The other you. Alarm goes off whenever they want it to. No commute today. No payment due on the 15th. Hasn't been one in years. Same Tuesday. Same weather outside both windows. One of you built a life around a paycheck. One of you built a life that doesn't need one anymore. Level 11. Age 42. A Tuesday, 2 lives. Let's get specific. Not freedom as an idea. Freedom as a Tuesday. 2:45 p.m. Your phone buzzes. School pickup, running 15 minutes late because a meeting ran over. Same moment, different house. The other you is already in the pickup line. Windows down, no calendar notification, no meeting to apologize for. Their kid asks why they're always the first car in line now. I just don't have anywhere else to be, they say, and they mean it. That same week, a recruiter calls with an offer. Bigger title, bigger salary. The kind of offer you'd have taken without thinking twice at 30. The other you listens, says thank you, and turns it down on the spot. Not because the money is bad, because they no longer need someone else's number to feel secure. You would have said yes before you even heard the salary. That's not a lifestyle difference. That's the actual finish line, the thing the whole story was building toward, and it looks like absolutely nothing dramatic at all. It looks like a school pickup line. It looks like a phone call that ends in 30 seconds instead of a week of anxious deliberation. Level 12, age 42, the 20-year mark. Same job, different title, same grind mostly. Still financing a car, still telling yourself it's temporary the way you have for 20 years. The other you, the one who walked out of that dealership at 27, the one who almost broke at 34 and didn't, never earned more than you, never got a bigger break, never had a better year, a luckier bonus, an easier boss. Made one different choice at 22, then a second one at 27, then a third at 34. And let 20 years do the rest of the work for them. That $28,000 is now worth over $215,000. Not because they were smarter than you, because they were patient at the exact moments you weren't. They don't work because they have to anymore. You still do. Same salary, same city, same life you both started with. Except one of you is free. Level 13, the realization. For 20 years, you told yourself the mistake was the car. It wasn't. The mistake was believing that was the last expensive decision you'd ever make. Because after that night at 22, the pattern just kept finding new places to live. Every raise became another payment. Every bonus became another upgrade. Every promotion became another reason it was finally okay. The car was never the decision. The car was just the first time the habit introduced itself. You didn't lose $45,000 that night. You lost every version of yourself that would have said no the second time, and the third, and the 10th. That's the real price of only $600 a month, not the payment. The habit the payment quietly taught you to keep making. It was never the car. It was never even the money. It was the 20 years you spent proving the habit right. End.